The Earth is ancient, far older than the stories we tell about it. And when a species disappears, we like to think it's the end, that extinction is final. But the truth is more complicated. More than 80% of the planet's rainforests, deep oceans, mountain valleys, and frozen tundras remain unexplored. Entire regions have never been mapped, never been searched, and never been seen by human eyes. And in those hidden places, legends persist, sightings continue, and strange footprints appear where no known animals should exist. So today, we're looking at 8 extinct animals that might still be alive, creatures once believed gone forever, yet still whispered about in remote corners of the world. Let's begin. 1. Thylacine, the Tasmanian tiger. The first creature on our list is one you've definitely heard of, the thylacine or Tasmanian tiger. Officially declared extinct in 1936, it was a striped dog-like marsupial with a stiff posture, a rigid tail, and a jaw that could open nearly 180 degrees, a feature that looks almost unnatural in old footage. Its extinction happened fast. European settlers hunted it relentlessly, fearing it preyed on livestock. Disease and habitat loss did the rest. But here's where things get strange. For decades, people across Tasmania, hunters, farmers, hikers, have reported seeing the creature long after it supposedly vanished. They describe a dog-sized animal with stripes, a stiff tail that doesn't wag, a strange, silent, almost ghostly gait. The descriptions are eerily consistent across witnesses separated by time, place, and culture. In 1982, a park ranger claimed he saw one cross a dirt road at dawn. In 2016, 2 tourists filmed something moving through the brush. In 2021, thermal cameras recorded heat signatures matching thylacine proportions. No confirmed evidence. But Tasmania's forests are vast, rugged, and nearly impossible to fully search. If any extinct animal could still be out there, it's the thylacine. 2. Steller's sea cow. Next is a creature from the icy edges of the world, Steller's sea cow, a massive marine mammal discovered in 1741 and declared extinct just 27 years later. It was enormous, up to 30 feet long, weighing as much as 10 tons, and grazing in cold northern waters like a drifting island of flesh and blubber. But many biologists now believe its extinction was recorded too quickly and too narrowly. Its small population survived in remote coves or deeper waters. They may never have been documented. Then came the sightings. In the 1960s, Russian fishermen reported seeing a large, smooth-backed animal near the Commander Islands. In 2005, a fishing crew claimed something the size of a truck surfaced next to their boat before slipping into the dark water. Descriptions matched Steller's sea cow perfectly: smooth hide, rounded back, no dorsal fin, and slow movement. The Bering Sea is freezing, violent, and notoriously difficult to explore. Entire coastlines remain untouched for decades. If any sea cows survived, we might not know for centuries. 3. Ivory-billed woodpecker. Let's move deeper into the unknown. Once called the Lord God bird for its enormous size and striking black and white wings, the ivory-billed woodpecker was declared extinct after logging destroyed its habitat across the American South. But sightings never stopped. For decades, credible witnesses, hunters, bird experts, wildlife biologists have reported brief glimpses of a large woodpecker disappearing into swamp forests in Arkansas, Louisiana, and Florida. In 2004, researchers released a grainy video of a bird flying through the trees. Scientists still debate whether it was the ivory-billed or a similar species. More recently, recordings of its iconic double tap, a sound no living woodpecker produces, have surfaced from deep, inaccessible swamps. Swamps are some of the hardest environments on Earth to explore. Dense vegetation, deep mud, drowning hazards, and miles of uncharted wetlands. A shy, fast-flying bird could easily remain undetected. Many biologists now believe the ivory-billed woodpecker may still survive. 4. Quagga, the half-zebra that vanished. The quagga was one of the strangest zebras ever recorded, striped only on the front half of its body, fading into plain brown on the back. It lived in South Africa until the late 1800s, when hunting drove it into extinction. But the story didn't end there. Throughout the 20th century, travelers claimed to see striped horses running across remote plains. Their descriptions matched quaggas, smaller than zebras, stripes only on the head and neck, quiet, shy, solitary. Then came the twist. Genetic studies revealed that the quagga wasn't a separate species. It was a subspecies of plain zebra, meaning its unusual pattern could naturally reappear even today. And in recent years, zebras with quagga-like markings have been photographed across South Africa. Maybe the quagga is extinct, or maybe it's hiding in plain sight. 5. The Japanese wolf. Now we head into the mountains, where legends refuse to die. Small, intelligent, and elusive, the Japanese wolf went extinct in the early 1900s after rabies outbreaks and aggressive extermination campaigns wiped out the last known populations. But sightings never stopped. Hikers in remote mountain ranges often report a wolf-like animal with a short, narrow frame, a fox-like snout, a high-pitched, unusual bark. The consistency is striking. In 2020, a man photographed a canid that looked exactly like the extinct Japanese wolf. Several zoologists examined the image and admitted it didn't match any known species. Japan's forests and volcanic valleys remain largely unexplored. A cautious predator could easily remain hidden for a century. 6. The Caribbean monk seal. The ocean hides its mysteries well, and this next creature is one of them. The Caribbean monk seal once lived throughout the Caribbean, basking on rocks and hunting fish in warm tropical waters. It was declared extinct in 2008, the first seal species wiped out directly by humans. But sightings persisted. Fishermen around the Yucatan Peninsula, Haiti, and the Dominican Republic have described smooth gray seals resting on reefs, large shapes beneath boats, barking calls near deserted islands. Some reported animals noticeably larger than any modern species in the region. With underwater caves, coral trenches, and remote islets scattered across the Caribbean, marine biologists acknowledge that a small population could remain undetected. When it comes to the ocean, extinction is never certain. 7. Giant short-faced kangaroo. Australia is home to some of the strangest creatures ever to walk the earth, and few are stranger than the giant short-faced kangaroo. Standing up to 10 feet tall and walking more like a bear than a modern kangaroo, it officially went extinct around 30,000 years ago. But Aboriginal oral traditions, some of the oldest on the planet, tell another story. Tribes describe a creature called the Palongan or Burongur, a giant upright animal with a flat face, long forearms, heavy, thudding footsteps. These stories continued for millennia. In the 20th century, explorers reported seeing huge kangaroo-like animals in remote regions of Queensland and Western Australia. One expedition documented massive footprints that didn't match any known species. Australia's outback is vast, harsh, and barely explored. If any prehistoric mammal survived into modern times, this would be the place. 8. Passenger pigeon. Our final animal once ruled the skies. The passenger pigeon, once the most numerous bird in North America, flew in flocks so huge they could block out the sun. But by the early 1900s, hunting drove them to extinction, or so we think. In the decades that followed, thousands of reports described fast-moving flocks behaving exactly like passenger pigeons. Many witnesses were experienced ornithologists who insisted they weren't seeing any known species. In the 1960s, birdwatchers in the Appalachian Mountains described flocks moving in synchronized, wave-like patterns, just like the extinct bird. Reports continued into the 2000s. North American forests, especially in Canada, are vast, remote, and rarely monitored. A small population could survive unnoticed. The passenger pigeon remains one of the few extinct animals scientists believe could theoretically return. Extinction isn't always the end. Sometimes it's the beginning of a mystery. Across jungles, mountains, swamps, and oceans, people continue to see things they can't explain. Footprints that shouldn't exist, shadows that don't match any living animal, bones that seem too fresh for something long extinct. The truth is simple. We have not explored this world enough to claim certainty. Maybe these creatures are gone forever. Or maybe, somewhere in the dark places we never look, They're still alive, waiting to be rediscovered. If you enjoyed this journey into Earth's forgotten creatures, there's always more waiting beneath the surface. Until next time, keep your eyes open. You never know what might still be out there.